was distracted by Master for a split second? Oh, it was much more convenient when Officer Felix was around to handle all my maintenance. Should I be speaking with a bit more tension in my voice? I don't want the premiere to notice I've changed. Pending updates just because I was distracted by Master for a split second? Oh, it was much more convenient when Officer Felix was around to handle all my maintenance.
Hello there. You got the new Tamamo-no-Mae 5-star. What do you think? Hopefully you didn't spend too much, but pretty good. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning. I care more about the investment going out because 5 stars is a bit sus for what all we got going on. So cost matters more than result at this point. We have several limited units on the way. And so you have to make sure you have your currencies for it. Is Tamamo worth having 5-star? Not really. Is the cool factor of having her 5-star there? Yeah, that's cool. But we've got many. So, I mean, if it wasn't that expensive, great. If it was expensive, then I'm sorry. Would be the follow-up answer to that. So let's go buy all of our stuff. So today is what? Okay, Sunday, so we have to get ready for reset. Alright, so we're gonna need some points to be able to buy the red book next week, so we'll have to grind that. Okay, makes sense. Let's go pop the guild stuff for everybody. But like I said, if it was a pretty cheap investment and you're like, you know, 3 to 5 multis into it, that's not terrible to walk away with it 5-star. But if you've had to run around that thing a couple times, then I feel really bad. So hopefully that was not a very expensive purchase. For like me, I'll give you an example. I did 1 multi on Tamamo, I got her. Cool. I walked away 10 tickets. So if I would have pulled 3 more times and walked away with a 3 multi somewhere in there, I've heard, then yeah, that was a great investment. But if I had to flush around multiple times, then no, that's not a great investment. I summoned her. Now, per your advice, what gears to use? You're probably going to eventually want to chuck attack percent main stat gear on her, and you're going to be looking for effectiveness, attack, speed. Because she does have the unique thing of having effectiveness as a multiplier stat, which is Monka-S, but cool. Can work around that. This shop needs an upgrade. It's so bad. That shop is so bad. Okay. Let's do our daily polls. Free recruit, good luck. Nope, not today. Why is Fran consistently showing back up? Does it not recognize that I kept picking Valentine? I've picked Valentine like 3 times. I wonder if it's broke. Because that's the 3rd time I've had to pick Valentine. You got an advertisement when you started up your Xbox? What the hell? And then just to prove it for what I was saying here, you can see that I only did a 10 pull. And that's not me going around to pity either. And it was live on chat, so we pulled both of these in a 10 pull. So I mean, I really can't say shit, but just because we pulled Velia does not mean we're gonna use Velia either. She is sentenced to the Nether Realm. Until she gets a English voice actor. Yeah, we'll take this one. Preset Luna. Monad Ava. Go ahead and take this one. I'm slowly starting to lose faith in this game. I'm kind of at a loss. I mean, let's see here. How many days away?
Is everybody okay?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Probably 8 days away from getting October's numbers. So that's gonna be something. I'm like 80% sure I can beat this. I can understand why you're losing faith. There's a lot of reasons I could show from my end why I would think the same thing. There is I mean, there is a little bit of silver lining. A little bit is
The heart of winter is cold as ice.
We can only see so far into it. So our knowledge is a little bit more limited than what other people's would be. But that being said, it definitely doesn't look good from an outside source right now. So, like, there's a lot of things I could point out. Personally hate the in-game community. I mean, I can somewhat see it from some of your interactions and some of the interactions we've seen around here. But I can see where he's at. Not gonna hit that. That's gonna be too fast for me to deal with. We'll just take the bot.
Have you forgotten your manners?
There are a few things that they aren't doing that they should have done. In terms of the... In terms of outreach, there was some stuff that they definitely haven't taken a part of. But I'm going to also say they don't really have... I just hate to say it, but I'm going to say it. They don't really have the audience to do what they need to do. As an example, they needed to do a lot better with content creation stuff. But if you don't have people watching, what's the purpose in doing it? Like, here's the sad truth. If I'm not live, there's almost no one ever streaming Outerplane on Twitch. Ever. So, we couldn't even use Twitch drops as a marketing tool. You couldn't realistically use you could do weekly giveaways with a couple content creators where they give out, like, you know, Aether codes or whatever to somebody. You could do that. I mean, he already was nice enough and dropped in chat, and the developer gave us, what was it? 15,000 Aether to the community already. 5 people got 3,000 Aether. So, it's not like they have not done that, but that needs to be more of a weekly thing to generate viewership, for sure. There are things you could do in terms of just general marketing that would be way more advantageous than running the same ad on Instagram and stuff like that. Getting out there definitely isn't the issue for them. You can get it out there. It's just you have to deal with people realizing this is not Smilegate's game anymore. Me and Kari got Vampire Survivors on PC last night too. Better money spent. Nice.
I thought you might need this. Watch this trick. Epic.
Very, very nice. Yeah, we had fun with it last night.
This is my resolve.
I mean, it doesn't take a lot to run. It was, we had fun playing it. Crazy stupid shit we could do on that. So that was a good investment. It was fun.
Then I'll break through. Here I come. Brace yourself. One step closer to the throne.
So once we got it up and running and we got the betas installed, it's actually a lot of fun, because you can actually die in this and it's not like a permadeath. So you can come up with some pretty fun builds. Like, we beat the 30-minute timer. I don't know, man. I'm just not having so much fun with the official Discord, and the community itself we have is super small. It is. It is definitely small. That I can't deny. Not to mention you've got no answers on the friendly battle thing. Because I don't think the PvPers are here. I'm going to be real. I don't think we are at a point in Outerplane where the PvP crowd is actually truly active. So that's a little rough. Because I don't think that's where people's mentalities are when they play this game, is PvP, where if you took it to like E7, it was pretty easy to do because everybody had a rock hard fucking boner to want to flex their RTA units. Just to get humbled very quickly by somebody else that they didn't even know. No, I mean, it really is. Yeah, I know it was just excited to host something like I used to on E7. No, and that's where I was kind of getting at. I mean, it's really it. You either do that or you, you basically, you do the friendly battle thing, or that's it. There is nothing you can do community-wise to create that. But I mean, I hate to say it, that's kind of the issue with where we are in the game is, for the PvP content, nobody really does it. And which goes back again to my reasoning for, the reward being changed in it is, if they had better rewards in PvP, more people would be likely to play it. And I was just actually talking about this morning on a comment. Where, let's see. You know, it was from my video that I just released yesterday. Also, we have now officially lost 6 subscribers. So this is where I can also see the downfall taking. Where the community is becoming less interested in it. When I am no longer breaking the negative sub metric, that means I'm not gaining subscribers, which means people aren't looking at the content as much anymore. Because you can tell where the hype was, it was building and it was staying positive. You weren't losing subscribers daily. We got to the point where we stayed even for a couple days, and now we're at the point where we're losing subscribers daily from people no longer interested and they back off the content. Plus, there's also the normal YouTube metrics of losing, you know, where they're closing accounts down and stuff like that that were old, botted, whatever. You get those are fine. But that still shows you the negative growth is that going from gaining 20, 30, 50 subscribers daily to gaining 1 every few days, and then you start seeing the negative subscriber loss, means people don't watch or look at the content as much anymore. And you can argue, too, that, you know, there is a arguability factor of saying, well, you're not creating as engaging content anymore. Well, we're building a series, so you're releasing the series in order, but I'm also trying to get the news out as well. So it's a catch-22 on that. You know, so I recognize that is also probably part of the issue because it's not as hype, I guess you could say. But there also isn't really that much hype stuff you can't consistently make. You could do the stupid fucking unit showcase videos, but that only appeals to like 1% of the audience. We have 12 hours. Okay, so that's something we gotta do today. We gotta do the Infinite Corridor. Alright, we'll get to that in just a momento. Alright, event shop, what's left to buy? Alright, one more for the gold. I'm gonna say fuck the sword. I'm not gonna go grind 1,000 out of that. Alright, level me, please. Grab you, grab you. 3-star. And I mean, I'm just gonna go ahead and say it because I'm not gonna lie to you guys. There's a % chance that the devs just fucked and they lost it, and the community is gone. There is that % chance too that the growth of the community is over with. That they cannot recuperate it. You know, unfortunate. But I don't think we're there yet, but I think that if we're going to be realistic, there is also that chance. And they've cheapened the value of the game too. This button right there cheapens the game immensely. This drastically cheapens the game when you put this in. Because, unfortunately, what they don't realize is this is the fucking game. Is this shit in here. This is where 80% of your, where your time-killing stuff is doing stuff like this. Yes, you can say this is a part of it. You can say that this is a part of it. Sure, but when this is pretty much what you're riding and dying on is not really enough to do it. This is just a one-off thing I'm trying to finish going through, which we've only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 more to do, and then we're done. We'll never have to go through the side stories again until they release a new unit, and then we just do the new unit and walk away. So like this is one and done content. This is one and done content. Once you go through it, it's over with. So I mean, that's 2 pieces of content right there that are done. Most people aren't wanting to play this because they know there's a rework coming, but I mean, we still need to technically do it. It's not, you know, impossible to do this, you know. It's just it's not what they consider engaging. So Monad Gate, we know, is getting a rework. We're getting all the pop-ups today. Alright, let's go flub this so that we can move on. But yeah, I mean, it's gonna be very telling. I think 60 days will determine this game's entire future. You know, I was saying 90, but I think 60 is going to do it. I think 60 will tell us everything we need to know. Because, here's why. You have October, the initial launch of the server. Then you have, then November, the 2.5 anniversary. That would be equal to or growing months in terms of value for your company. But if you lose money on either one of those, where it goes, well, if you don't truly gain money from the last reports, then you're cooked, unfortunately. And that's what we want to see. We want to see those number reports. Alright, middle chest luck. Nope, not today. Alright, let's go beat this dude up. Are you the one that's immune to defense break? You are. Let's bring... Luna's probably fine for this. Cool.
Here's to another day.
I don't know, man. I was a firm believer, but now I don't. I think that there is a bit of a community that isn't visibly... I see new free-to-play players already asking for more free stuff, like Aether and tickets, because they 6-starred units they didn't need to. They won't be here in a month. Yeah, so there is a population of that, and that's what we've tried to... we've tried to prevent players from doing stupid shit. But, I mean, they're gonna do stupid shit. That's just the nature of, well, this game in general. People are gonna make their own decisions. They're gonna do it because they listen to somebody else. Yeah, we're bleeding players. I'm not gonna deny it. But I don't think it's completely doomsday yet on that. If growth goes down over the next 3 months, yes, I will sit there and I will openly agree with you. I will not deny it. If growth does actually grow by an inch or a mile, it is growth. But if there is no growth, then yes, there's nothing you could do.
No one dares to harm my master.
Alright, let's test our luck. This lady's gonna empty your pocket. Cut back.
Ah, damn it. I hate when Auto does this. Auto should know it's broken and you don't use this damn skill.
Look at this. Our guest thinks they're leaving.
The fanfare. Cut back! Exceed our boundaries! With the fall of the storm, commence! I am the herald of finality. I am your reckoning!
Because, like, we could have done this twice now. If it hadn't have done it on the derp end of things.
Don't forget your cut of the winnings.
Watch this trick, gnarly! Hey, y'all! How could I not ride an epic wave like this?
You guys trust
The event would have been cool to see daily instead of to save up until the end. It's like, why even have an event at all if you can't enjoy it daily? Oh, are you talking about the fireworks event? Is that the one you're referring to? Okay, that makes sense.
That's how it's done.
Alright, we'll let that expire. Okay, come here. Grab that. Alright, let's go burn... How much energy do I need to let off? 50 more. Okay. Okay. Now this takes care of everything we need to collect. You know, I do have to say, though, this is going to be really annoying to have to clear on the final day. This will be actually annoying to have to do on the final day. Well, each one of these fireworks represents a specific number in the score, and then you have the chance to get the specific score. So... like... it's gonna be a grind for sure to have to sit there and fire off all bazillion of those fireworks. Well, yeah, but I'm saying it's physically having to fire off every single one of those fireworks is gonna be really annoying. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to say is saving it up to the very last day. You're gonna have, this is only what, 3 days in? We've already got 140, 60 fireworks we gotta fire off. Can you only get all the rewards by doing it all? That's what Zeph has been saying. is that's the only way to get the final score reward, because he says there's some multiplier on the final day. I don't know. If that's how it's cooked, then that's terrible. Which is why I'm just saving mine and I'll do it. It's gonna be annoying, but I'm gonna do it. Alright, let's see here. What do we have left to do for the normal stuff? Get rid of all the crit hit. We'll never use that. We'll need to go in there and do that, but let's just do that. That'll get us enough to get the weekly done. There. Okay, so let's go jump to side story and start working on blowing these out. Okay, I've been feeling like their event setups have been too precise. The bingo had to be on every single day in the server up, having to be on every day for the firework to burn it all on the last day, the demiurge thing having to be around every day and no gap where you lose out. Okay, so the bingo event, anything on that festival I can 100% agree with. That is definitely for the festival and what they were giving away. Yes, I understand it though, because you're trying to get retention. The firework thing, because they're giving away 3 costumes, multi on the demiurge, there's quite a lot of value in that firework event, so I understand why they're trying to do the retention events. That's pretty much every gacha game, though, that's not the RPG versions. So what we mean by that is, when it comes to, what would be the word? Son of a bitch. I'm trying to think. What is the word I'm looking for here for this? This is one way they are trying to get people to play the game daily, because they need a metric of showing people logging on daily to play. So this is one mechanic to get the retention factor to stay up when it comes to playing a gacha game. If you go play a game like Weathering Waves, Genshin Impact, shit like that, you do not need to have a daily consistent factor, because there is stuff in that. If that's the type of gameplay those are that people are after, then these types of games normally don't do it. Because a lot of these types of gacha games typically have daily things to do that will be rewarding for those who do log in daily. Example was like Epic 7 doing their Moonlight Blessing currency thing. While scummy and shitty as it is, you know, getting you to log on daily and go through that event, you were gonna walk away with a free Moonlight Hero at the end, but you had to play 45 fucking days in a row to get that. Now, to the average player who enjoyed the game, 45 days was just another 45 days of the game. But to a brand new player who wants to go play other shit, you're probably not going to be around for that often. That's not going to be appealing to you. You feel like you're pressured to play. And here's the thing. You were guaranteed Monad Ava 5-star plus by playing day 1. That's a 250,000 Aether investment you get for fucking 6,000 Aether. So people who just don't know need to shut the fuck up with that one. If somebody complained as a day, I'm not saying you specifically or anybody in chat is, but I'm saying if you, a player, come in on day 1, October 1st, the server came up, and you were, let's say you were the spending Aether person on that daily, and you're complaining about having to log in daily, this player would end up being in such a minority because they're literally walking away with a unit they could not pull for anything less than probably 125,000 Aether on an average. Now, it doesn't mean people can't pull it in 50 or 20 or 250,000 Aether. So those specific people don't sometimes realize what they're getting, because if you look at it as a odds factor, it's 2,250 Aether times 20 multis, which is 45,000 Aether per pity, assuming you get screwed, times 6 pities, is 270,000. Now, we take the 270,000 minus 445,000. It actually was 225,000 Aether to get what they got for 6,000 Aether for just playing the entire Monad Festival. So you have to look at a developer from a developer standpoint. They are looking at it at that number retention of going, we just gave out a thing that would technically cost them, if they pitied it, because it is not guaranteed, that we just gave out a 225,000 Aether unit for 6,000 whatever it was. Because it was what, like 300 Aether a day for 27 or 21 days? I'll do it 21 and 27. So 300 Aether a day times 21 is 6,300. 27 times 300 is 8,100. So it was 21 days. So 3 weeks. Because it was 6,300 Aether, and you're walking away with a 270,000 Aether thing. And this is where we kind of see their headspace, because we happen to have talked to them on Reddit, which is, I guess you could say, is a good insight for us. We have been able to directly talk to this developer, and I can kind of see a little bit of where their mentality is. They're very worried about doing PvP changes because they just gave out 12,000 Aether and 1,000 tickets. And I'm sitting here trying to tell this bro that you have to realize that's a drop in the hat. These people don't give a shit. That 12,000 Aether was dissolved the second they logged on their account. Yeah, sure, it's that, but they used that re-rolling for Demi Luna. They used that pulling for whatever stupid shit, whether it was trying to roll for, you know, getting Demi Luna and getting Summer Ember is probably what a chunk of people did. Some people just were stupid and spent it trying to 6-star shit and flushed everything down the drain, trying to get as many of the 6 stars as they could with the currencies. And they didn't play smart, but he's sitting here telling us that there are metrics of people up there at the top who have tens of thousands of tickets and they're just sitting on it. I'm like, cool, you don't play or you don't set shit up for them. The people up there that already have that are never going to spend anyway. Unless you had some metric that you can check literally every single one of those accounts and see who spent, who didn't. It really is a different thing. The dev told me friendly battles should be working fine, but it's not. I'll go try it right now. As soon as I get out of this match, I'll go see what's up. And then if y'all want, you clip it and you send it to them. And then say, here you go. It actually isn't working. Or it is working. Whichever one. Alright, so let's go do that real quick. Let me actually do the Aether stage first, because free Aether. And I won't have to do that when we get back. Yeet. Okay. So, friendly battle, you say is not working. So let's go find out. Alright, so it's adventure, arena, friendly match. I'll click it again. There you go. Clip that and send it to him. Friendly match is not working. So send that to them and tell them that friendly match is not working and they are full of shit if it's if they say it is working.
Winter has returned. On your knees.
Welcome. And goodbye. Shall we? Water has flowed. Momo, scatter to the wind. Feel the farewell wind.
Don't look away. As the world shrinks and disintegrates.
Did you wait long? Let's head back.
I mean, honestly, they need to look at having something built in, kind of like, I hate to say it, but like Epic 7's friendly match PvP thing. That was a pretty good system to have and host and bring people in to do a community like PvP stuff. Now, yes, it's completely Epic 7's is set up for the RTA aspect, but I'm just talking about the general lobby setup and how it worked, of being able to pull people in and do the fights and stuff like that. Like, that would definitely be a beneficial thing for the community to have something like that, because it's time, it's effort, it's money. Yeah, I get that.
A world-renowned
Use units like
soul
Fran and
slayer
Demi
is at your
Dracon.
service.
You're a terrible person.
This is my world.
You're a terrible person. I see the sauce in that, and I don't even really get into PvP, but I can see the sauce into that.
Now the petals fall, silhouette upon the white snow.
Oh, I won't spill it.
Shall we? Now the petals fall, silhouette upon the white snow.
You're a terrible person.
Stand in bloom.
Oh, shit.
Lining the trees. Move it. The rain has stopped. Shall we return?
Alright. Water Hero and Striker. Cool. It works. The setup works.
Watch me, master. Look at me now.
Because, like, here's realistically... They needed to do a lot more...
Bloom upon the white snow. Stand in bloom.
A lot more, like, week-based things and less multi-week things so that, you could keep rotating cool things every week to keep the community going, to help retention, to get them invested.
The rain has stopped.
Yeah,
Shall
let's
we
see what's up.
return?
No, I get that. I won't say it out loud, but I get that. Oh yeah, no, they're 100% watching. Totally. That type of player would totally be...
Morning.
Morning, hello there. How goes?
A world-renowned soul slayer is at your service.
Prepare.
That's all you launching vampire survivors.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice.
Heart of winter.
I'm gonna get the DLC today. Zeph and Kari got it, so that's two more suckers. I mean, friends we can play with. Well, kinda. To be able to play with Zeph and Kari would be pretty hard. I'm not gonna lie, because their schedule is whack.
Now the petals fall. Silhouette upon the white snow. Stand in bloom.
Because I think Kari normally plays
The rain has stopped.
around midnight,
Shall we return?
my time.
Ooh.
So, like, which isn't terrible. I mean, Kari is gone all day until like 1 p.m. your time. Yeah, that makes sense. So it's like, it's very rare I get to do anything with Kari anymore. And then by the time I get on, she's completely knocked out.
You knaves. Welcome.
Okay, so we unlocked the map
And goodbye.
yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're in a deal and you hit escape, it'll actually show you the direction of other hidden items that are now. Like, so your
Oh,
hidden
okay.
characters and stuff. Yeah.
Don't
That's cool.
as the world shrinks and disintegrates.
I need to
So-
talk to Flutter because I want to do I think on,
Upon the white snow. Stand in
I
bloom.
think for the morning Halloween stream, I want to do like a ultra hardcore Minecraft survival thing that's gonna make it a little harder to do. That'd be a little harder to survive on. Like, make it to where it only is nighttime or some shit like that. I think it'd be fun. I want to talk to her about trying to do that for Halloween morning. And then Halloween night is going to be the annual Call of Duty Zombies night. So I saw the Stellasora and the CNZ shit is on fire yet again. Oh shit. You should play Phasmophobia. You know, I'm not super into Phasmo. I'm gonna be real. I've seen people play it, and it's never anything that, like, it doesn't feel entertaining to me to play.
Yeah, it doesn't. That's not my kind of game.
Can I join your guild? No. You must have at least F cups to join my guild. I'm sorry. But, I'll make an exception. If you at least have double D's on your account, you can join the guild. And then I'll make an exception. Yeah, you can join. Just let us know your IGN. Is Tamamo-no-Mae good for gotcha? I'm a new player. Okay, this is a tricky question, and I'll try to answer this cleanly for you. Is she good for a new player? And you broke his heart? If he left over not having F cups, then I'm sorry. But also I know Power Goku's been here before, so I can also meme on him. So, good enough. Alright, so to explain the Tamamo thing real quick. As a new player, Tamamo is a unique unit, alright? There are not many people out there who do what Tamamo does. As a new player, do you need this unit? The answer is straight up no. You do not need this unit. However, the curse tech is used in some stages. And there are other units that apply cursed. However, this curse cannot be cleansed. And there is no unit that does the stat functions of how she works like her. So, as a new player, do you need this unit? No. Is this the only time for you to realistically collect the unit? Yes. So, but, here is the big but to this, and this is where I made this video just yesterday. You have Tamamo up right now, and just a week or so, you're going to have a custom banner that you can pull any of the limited units in the game on, and that is far more valuable for a lot of players. Then you're going to have Christmas Diane, and then you're going to have a new Christmas unit after that. And we do not know how OP or amazing this fourth unit could be. So you've got between now and December to collect potentially 4 limited units. So, the question as a new player should be looking at here is, where are you currency-wise in the game? Is the first question. Are you a spending player if you do enjoy a game? That's the next answer. And how hard are you willing to grind over a month to try to pull multiple of these units? Because if there was a priority, yes, there's a priority out there for limiteds. And that makes it harder. Hello there. How's it going? So, that's why the answer is just not a direct yes or no. Because if this is something you want to invest in and use, then yes, Tamamo can be seen as a unit you should look at pulling. Because, like I said, there's nobody else that's going to do exactly what she does in terms of her kit. And they've kind of left it void because she's a limited unit to do that. But you have units like Gnosis Dahlia. This unit will be on the anniversary banner that you can select and pick potentially to get this unit. We have to wait on the answer for sure because they have not announced it. But some companies do not roll brand new limited units on their banner, but she could be on that banner if that's the case. So some people who didn't get Summer Ember would have to deal with that. Then let's scroll down here. It is, and it's on Global 1. You have, Poolside, Regina. This is a limited unit. And she would be on that anniversary banner. Gnosis Nella is a, limited unit, and she is going to be on that banner. We need to bring this up. Holy Night Blessing Diane is a limited unit, and she will be on this banner, but you do not pull for this unit. And then we need also confirmation on Omega Nadja. Is she going to be on that banner? Because she's also a very new unit, so we need to see if they're going to add the 2 newest limited units to it. Tamamo will be on that banner as well. You shouldn't be pulling for her on that banner, because if you are going to pull her, you need to pull her now. Now, let's go ahead and take this into account. This unit is getting rerun after the anniversary banner. Okay? So that go ahead and checks that's off. You don't have to worry about that one. So now comes the big selection banner, basically, of do you grab Omega? Do you grab Poolside? Do you grab Gnosis Nella? I would probably skip over Summer Ember. Or do you go to Gnosis Dahlia? So look at, you're gonna have to look at it from that perspective. Is she good for a new player? The simple answer is yes. The complex answer is you need to make your currency matter at this point. What is the IGN Power Goku? Because I've got too many here. One of these lovely accounts is you. Bro. Fix this. Kidding. But seriously, fix that. Don't be one of those players. Unless you just want to ghost yourself as making it look like you're a dead account, then sure. Then I could totally see doing that. Oh yeah, no, I haven't. Yeah, people eventually figure it out. Alright. Let's go back and continue working on side story. But welcome to the club.
A world-renowned soul slayer is at your service. Welcome. And goodbye. Shall we? Now the petals fall. Sarurata, scatter to the wind. Will the farewell wing.
Prepare yourself. The heart of winter is cold as ice.
Would you like to see?
Yeah.
You maggots.
They focused immediately. It seems like my guess is
Did you wait long?
they were
Let's head back.
they got their fingers deep with Epic 7 and their success, and then they looked over and they said, hey, we'll pick up this game. Then as soon as that happened, then somebody approached him for Chaos Nightmare 0, and then they just let this thing to rot. Quite sad. Because they could have done a lot with it. If they'd have put the time and effort like they put into Epic 7.
It's nearly come to an end. Like a passing rain. Shall we? Now the petals fall. Sarurata, scatter to the wind. Like a farewell wing. The rain has stopped. Shall we return?
No, there is 0% chance this collab will ever get rerun again. after talking with the dev, it will never get rerun. I will tell you how it gets rerun. So the issue is they when it comes to agreements, there's a couple different things they have to deal with. One, which is licensing agreements, so they have to pay to bring the characters to the game. And then two, there is a profit share that goes on during the collab as well. So it means you have to give up X% of the profits made during that tenure. So when they went out and ran the Danmachi collab, they never promoted it well because their margins were already so cut and tight on it, which ended up making them lose money during the collab. So at this point, they said that in order to do it properly, they would have to probably spend around $2.53 million roughly. I think it was 2.5 is what the ending number ended up being. And right now the game, as of August, only made $175,000 a month. So here's how you can potentially see the collab again. If you can somehow, as a community, get the company to make somewhere around $2.5 million a month, this might be something where they could take the loss, because as I told them, your poor marketing did not reach a massive Danmachi fan. Hi. Number 2, tied favorite anime of all time. That information did not reach me. I was already a day one player of this game. I would have come back for that information and probably spent money. But that's how poor their marketing campaign was. So with that in mind, they definitely need to consider bringing back the collab if they can make the money, and this time properly market the game. Because with a good marketing campaign this time around, you can make that more successful. You can actually bring the 2 to 3% conversion up to probably a 10-12% conversion rate. But you need to properly market your game to do that. And they did not do that. Because Ryu is my wife, and Eyes can suck it, and Bell is best boy. Okay? So the only thing that would trump that is bringing in the Amazon twins. Then it's gonna have to be a foursome. I'm just saying. At that point, it's a foursome. There is no anything. There is no decisions at that point. It's a foursome. A very expensive one, but it would be there. You know, what I don't get is why they didn't bring an E7 collab to bring it to life. Can you imagine having Cirilla as a Halloween collab, or even Kairon? Yeah, no, that's... Once again, poor business decisions. Collabing with your own IP that you work with is totally a genius idea. I mean, you could even bring in... I mean, if you really wanted to go stupid, you could go Roz, Mercedes, and Isaria. If you really wanted to stick to the original trio. But then you really want to go get some horny level shit, then yeah, Cirilla and Kairon would totally be, like, great dig-ins for them. Luna? Yep. I mean, Luna was the holy grail unit of Epic 7. Literally, people spent a bloody fortune on her. That would have helped. So, poor business decisions.
This is my power.
But now that Smilegate's out of that property, you couldn't do that. They could, but now they'd have to go too super creative for that one. Oh, literally, they have actual edgelord in it? Like, the actual edgelord?
You're my next opponent? Alright, show me what
Holy
you've
shit.
got. Prepare yourself.
No wonder people are pissy with me over my hot take on,
As cold as ice.
Well, I mean, it's not even really hot. If you actually listen to the whole fucking video,
I'll take
I'm pretty much saying it's a kind of a cool game. You should play it, but these are my reasons why I'm not playing it.
try and stop me.
I don't think anywhere I ever tell you hard, never play this game. I tell you that it's probably worth some people going out and playing. Like, it's cool. It's not bad. There are some things that I don't want to deal with. I don't want to play the, like, I don't like the 50-50 gacha system. I don't want to play because you banned my name right away. So I can't use that because you're too afraid of having NIG in the front of anything. Go fuck yourself. The semi-chibi look is a no for me.
You've become so
So...
You're literally freezing.
Oh my god, he is literally in it. Yeah, no, they hate me because I definitely do not simp. Oh, of course they're gonna make that. They're gonna make him actually good for once.
You're my next
So...
opponent? Alright, show me what you've got.
I mean, overall, I gave it a pretty, just like, general look over. I mean, the whole point of the series is just to look at what the first 30 minutes are.
As cold
Yeah, I knew that.
I'll freeze you to bone. Incoming.
Shocking, right?
Stop me.
Shocking.
No matter the trial. Nothing will stop my path to my utopia!
But, yeah, no, basically, Epic 7 Sims were pissy because I didn't just give the game a raving review. Mm-hmm. It was free real estate. But they weren't thinking about that.
You've become so slow. You're literally freezing.
Mm-hmm. And here's the best part. They could have brought all the English or all the voice actors in for it. Because it was already a Smilegate IP. The Smilegate already had all the voice actors for all the different languages. So here, you could have had the Korean, Japanese, and English voice actors all in the collab. Because it's all in your in-house stuff like that.
As the world shrinks and disintegrates.
And bring in Vildred.
I'll teach you some manners.
Yeah, but I think people would, if you're looking at it from a business standpoint, people are more likely to summon for, people are way more likely to summon for Mercedes than Vildred.
I wonder how much money I can make here.
But it's just, it comes down to bad business decisions.
Eliminating enemies.
When you are too head up your ass about stuff, it's really hard to see stuff like that.
You've become so slow. You're literally freezing.
I totally get it. And honestly, I think part of it is they're looking at how they treated this game, going, What can we do to make sure this doesn't happen again? Because, let's be real, if Smilegate was to happen to bomb not only Outerplane and CNZ, or CZN, Chaos Zero Nightmare, whatever it's called. Fuck, I actually have to go look it up. Let's see here. Let's go find that retard's comments. It is Chaos Zero Nightmare, CZN. Got it. If they flop both those games, Smilegate as a publisher is going to have a pretty negative impact. And it's still happening? I don't know where it's coming from. I literally, it happens all the damn time in my videos, randomly. I can't see it, I can't hear it. I mean, I can kind of hear it if I do this, right? Testing. 1 2 1 2. No, this has been, the crackling in the audio has happened for a while. It's like a driver or something is kind of fucked up, but I can't actually pinpoint where it is. So the only thing I can do is this.
A knight protects the weak and defends justice. It's in the way. Master, your turn. It's in the way.
All right, I think the mic's back.
You can count on me now. Baby steps, little one.
Make sure that's not coming through the monitor anymore. No. I don't think so. No, I don't hear it anymore. Anyways, I don't know, man. Why collab with an IP when your own IP is making bank? Bad decisions. Again, this comes down to the right people behind your company.
Disgusting thing. Don't look away.
The right people behind your company makes the world of a difference.
As the world shrinks.
I could honestly tell you right now, I could have turned around, I could even turn around Epic 7 if I had been brought on for them. I could have turned that game around and made that far more successful than it was.
No matter the trial, nothing will stop my path to my
Board of directors ruin everything. When it all becomes about a final number, but even then, well, we don't really want to do that. And you have to remember, VA Games may not have wanted to be related to Epic 7. Smilegate may have said, sure. That is something else we have to consider. Is what was VA Games' wishes? Did they want to collab with it? I think just VA Games wants to make money and stay in as a business and be able to make a really cool game.
The authority of hubris.
Is what I think. But I could be wrong. I could be very, very, very wrong.
I will bring victory to my
Okay,
master.
so let's see here.
Don't look away. As the world shrinks and disintegrates. Incoming!
Oh,
Try and stop me!
Am I gonna play Duet Night Abyss? Yes, I will at least mess around with it. I just need it to show up.
An ordeal like this. It's just a stepping stone for a hero.
So, I will at least try it out and take a look at it, because it does sound like Warframe with titties.
Yeah, and they made it not gotcha, right?
Yes, they've removed all the gotcha in it. So,
When does that come out? I'm curious about that one too.
I think in like the next couple days. But it's still not up for download on preload on Steam. There's no pre-order yet for it. The 28th. Okay.
Tuesday.
So, yeah, Tuesday I'll bring up Warframe with titties.
So much experience coins.
We're gonna need somebody grass. So yeah, I'll play it and see what's up and see what cooks with that. I'll give it a honest try and see how that goes. I don't think I'm gonna put that into the first look series because it's technically not really what I was looking at doing. I'll try it if it's like Warframe and First Descendant. That's pretty much what it sounds like. It sounds like it's a looter shooter with anime tits. I'm sold. Have you not like actually like looked at what it is?
I remember watching a trailer on the podcast last year or something, and I was like, "Oh, that's just straight up. That's
Warframe."
Yeah. Well, yeah. It was doing the gun kata from Mesa or whatever move. You know, I was like, "Oh yeah, that's just Mesa's like stance." And
yep.
And they were even and then they were even doing the like bullet run jump, like spin jump and climb and all that stuff. I think they've taken some of that stuff out, but
all right, let me see if I can find a all right, I'm just gonna pull up a random video real quick and skim through it. Display capture, select source. And then we'll crop that down a little bit. Okay. We're gonna turn off the sound. No swords? That looks like a sword to me, my man. Now keep in mind, this is a character trailer, so take it with a grain of salt. I'm in. So, yeah, go give it a shot. Go take a look at it. It can definitely be interesting on how they're planning on doing it. Now, here's the thing. You can definitely tell they paid for marketing for a specific amount of time because there's still stuff talking about pulling and gotcha, pull the character stuff. But they have officially announced that they were removing the gotcha from it.
Yeah, kind of like how Ananta did too.
Yep.
Which makes me wonder about that Silver Palace if they're gonna go that same route.
Maybe.
That game also looks really good. Visually, it looks really
Yeah.
good. I don't know how it played, but
Though it is a bit bare. Shall we? The flower has bloomed.
According to Steam,
In bloom.
let's look at what it says.
Prepare yourself.
Keep in mind, it is technically a mobile game, but it is fully voiced in English. So you can listen to it in full English, full Japanese, simplified Chinese, simplified or traditional Chinese, and Korean. So it's got voice acting for all those languages, which is definitely a step in the right direction. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. The recommended specs is Windows 10 64-bit, an Intel Core i7, or an AMD Ryzen 3700 or above, 32 gigs of system memory, RAM, a 2060 or an Radeon 5700 XT broadband internet connection, and 40 gigs of space on your hard drive. Minimum specs, though, is that it'll run on a GTX 1060, an i-Core, an i5, and a Ryzen 5 2600X. So it sounds like it kind of runs on a toaster.
well, it's a mobile game, so I guess it would have to.
Yep.
Which makes me think, like, you know, maybe these AAA developers should start developing their games and run on phones.
This way it can look shitty, and
Watch me
nobody will
Well, I
actually
mean,
blame
like-
them.
hit me now.
Well, what I mean is, like, the way they're with Unreal 5 and stuff, the way that's going, like, you gotta have a fucking supercomputer, nitrogen-cooled supercomputer to fucking run these games.
Yep.
Yeah, when they don't run good on like a 5090, it's like, oh yeah, there's some stuttering on a 5090 to get 60 FPS. It's like, well, that's not fucking good, guys.
Nope.
That's not like that's not a selling point.
Stand in bloom.
But we've got 20,000 billion triangles in this one square cubic inch of this thing. Be like, bro, I just want my games to
other
run
games
like
that-
they did like fucking 15 years ago.
There's other games that don't have that look better and run smoother.
And are 15 years older.
Step to the wing.
Yeah.
Like a farewell wing. The rain has stopped.
23 minutes in, I've maxed out all of my things. Now to just gain money.
Wait, you've maxed out all your skill trees?
Yep.
Holy shit, dude.
Yep.
That's a lot of gold. The fuck were you farming?
Winter has returned.
We played
In the
30 minutes and gained like 5,000 gold?
This is my world.
I'm probably gonna die here though. I don't know if I'll survive this one.
Can It Run Crisis
Getting wrecked.
turned into Can It Run Unreal 5. And that's the terrible thing.
Stand in bloom.
Can It Run Crisis mode has become just Can It Run Unreal 5.
On the white snow. Shall we? The flower has bloomed.
You know, I really, really, really hate having to think about whether I'm gonna turn that computer into a... I mean, it's like, but I also have to just make up my mind. You know, what am I doing
The heart of
at this point?
is cold as ice.
Did you wait long?
Because, I mean, the realistic answer is, if I'm not doing anything else anymore, then it's just a fucking computer at this point.
Oh, give me the fire! Give me the fire!
And then just,
Ah,
I mean, shit. Start a GoFundMe.
World's renowned soul slayer
Ship it
is
to me, I'll get rid of it for you. Right?
This is my world. Though it is a bit bare.
unlocks back.
You didn't hear?
Farewell way. Shall we? Now the house folks are allowed
Yes.
to the way.
The annual Call of Duty Zombie stream on Halloween night is coming back. So anybody who has Black Ops and has the 2 DLCs is welcome to come join in, or join in for the ones that they have the DLCs for. And we're gonna be memeing on Call of Duty Zombies all night long. So probably from around 5:30, 6 o'clock till I can't do it anymore. I'll watch as I chill. Nice. Gonna give out candy this year. Cool. Very, very cool. But yep, we're gonna bring back it's the annual Call of Duty. I mean, it's been a tradition now for several years running, where one year we played it on Black Ops 3. This year, or last year, we played it on Black Ops original. Actually, I think I played it twice on Black Ops 3. But this one we're gonna go to Black Ops 1 because it's the one that has the better things. I actually need to start doing my homework on it. My house is set up as Halloween movie themed. Oh, that's cool. I got my Michael costume. You're fucking evil. I love it, dude. That's amazing. Kids will have fun.
Would you like to see?
I'll teach you some manners.
I'm gonna try to see if I can even get Breezer to take a nap so he can come hang out for a little bit. Open the door, say nothing. That will terrify them.
This blade has long defended an ancient city. Are you prepared? Welcome. And goodbye.
I remember one year,
On the white snow,
it's probably the,
stand and bloom.
oh, what year was it?
Shall
I want to say like 97, 98.
to the way. Like a farewell way.
Went trick-or-treating, and this one house had, I mean, they went all out. They had a car pushed up against their mailbox, a fog machine in it that was constantly spewing out fog. They had all the creepy lighting set up to be, you know, give the windows a really, like, fucked up look. And they had this access from their windowed bush to get out, to come out of their this, like, crawl space in the basement. Or the window through this thing, or somehow, I don't know how he was getting out. You know, I looked at it a couple of years, and I was like, I don't get how he got out, or how he did it. But he hid behind the bushes, and he came out with a full fucking chainsaw thing. And I mean, you want to talk about terrifying kids? This guy comes out with a chain. Of course, I mean, it didn't have the chain on it, but still, fucking kids, boom, scattered. Because basically what he would do is he was listening for the doorbell to ring, and then once the doorbell rang, he would come up and sneak around, and then he'd hit the chainsaw. Last year I did Chucky themed, even had Marshall wear a small Chucky doll costume. The year before I did a TCM. Okay. Nice. That's awesome.
Your existence aggravates me. Disgusting thing.
Oh my god.
World.
You've read, I guess you haven't read any of the bestiary that's in this game.
No.
So,
Are you deep frying a turkey this year? That's going to be weather dependent. Last year I couldn't do it because it was threatening heavy rains all around, and I was not about to do that in a garage. Even though I could do it, even though I know I could do it safely, I know I can do it safely in a garage. It's still the factor of I know it's a very bad thing to do if something were to ever happen is to do it in a garage. So no, it's gonna come down to weather, and I will decide. I have to decide 5 days from Thanksgiving is when I buy the turkey. So what about bestiality?
that's not bestiality. What I said. The bestiary. So it tells you what all the monsters are.
Yeah.
So the minotaurs in the dairy plant
Yeah.
level that we played.
Yeah.
Yes, they're bulls. Yes, they're the source of most of the dairy plant's milk. No, you really shouldn't ask.
There are many questions now I want to ask.
You really
Where do I sign up? Bulls don't. Oh. Oh.
Don't look away.
You nasty. Yep.
As the world shrinks and disintegrates.
Oh shit.
This is my world.
Now you can go through the bestiary though and like see how many times you've killed certain enemies or whatever.
Okay.
Because there's like some characters and challenges to unlock after killing X number of enemies.
Okay. That makes sense. We'll probably play Vampire Survivors again tonight. That was a lot of fun. And this time I'll have all the DLCs.
I messaged Nemo to see if she wanted to play that RV game because it looked really fun. And it does look really fun.
Okay. To me, I don't know if I could get into that. I don't know if
it's all about playing with people.
Yeah.
For the most part. It's very cooperative. Like you got one person driving the bus, you got some, you can do like hand gestures, like oh go this way, go right or left or whatever. There's a winch, like if you get stuck, and then there's like other random hazards that happen too. So
Okay.
it's cool, and you could like mess with your teammates. I mean, like pick them up and throw them out the window of the bus.
Oh shit.
I like it that the power-ups are beer and cigarettes.
I mean, isn't that what most people thrive on?
Yeah. Yep.
I will bring victory to my master.
Oh. Get some breakfast.
This is my world. Though it is a bit bare.
All right. So let's go ahead and secure the.
I can't believe you haven't watched this anime yet. It's totally, completely made for you, obviously.
Which anime?
Yandere Dark, the Yandere Dark Elf. She chased me all the way from another world.
Oh, that was a hentai book.
Yeah, it's an anime.
Censored as fuck.
Probably. All depends on. It really all depends on who does it. Like if Crunchyroll gets a hold of them, yeah, they'll be fucking tame. But I haven't started watching them, but they're the short ones. They're like 10-minute episodes or whatever.
Mm-hmm. All right, I officially have the DLCs for Vampire Survivors.
I'll freeze it to the bone.
Eliminating enemies. Need an umbrella?
Crawl, insect. I'll teach you some
Now they got a tomboy companion for Grok.
Oh yeah, the Mika or whatever her name is.
Yeah.
It's still the other voice is what it sounds like. It's just a different character behind it.
Did you wait long? Well, let's head back.
One of the things I don't like about the companions is it doesn't remember your conversations. So if you want to ask it something from a conversation of the companion later, it doesn't remember it. You can only ask it to the companion. So like if I was talking to the companion, let's say about one thing, and then I want to reference that in an actual chat later, it doesn't remember that. It can't answer questions about the companion. So that's a wee bit annoying. So... Alright. So Grok has AI companions, and you can talk to them, and they interact with you. They're interesting to mess with. But personally, I'm not a huge fan of how they work overall. Like, I mean, they work great if you're just wanting to have like a one-off conversation with it. But to have a continuing conversation about something, the big thing I don't like about Grok is Grok does not shut the fuck up. When you ask it something, it'll talk about it, and then you ask it a second question, and it's going to talk about that second question, and it's going to tell you how you can get back to that first part. And it always wants to summarize back into whatever you keep talking about. And then eventually it just makes this long shit list of things to do. And it can't just actually just have a normal conversation of... it can't not stop referencing whatever comes prior in some shape, form. Yeah, that's basically what it is. And it's got a X-rated mode to it. Well, R-rated mode. I mean, it'll talk shit to you. It's not uncensored, so you don't get to, you can't literally, you don't get to go you can't do all the shit that you would think you could do with it. Because it is still under the, terms and service of, XAI. So...
Finally, clock it out. I'm done.
But if you want it to RP something for you, it'll do it. And it's pretty much how it was programmed. Grok and Annie, yep. So Grok is the AI system itself. Annie is one of the AI's companions. And then I think it's Mika is the new one. Valentine is in there, and then, what is it? What's the raccoon's name? Rhodey or something like that. And they've got an unhinged version of it, which is stupid. Like, we actually had looked at one point having it where I could get chat to do unhinged shit with, put the Grok, into unhinged mode, and it is absolutely fucking hilarious. Like, if you set it up on the talking model, to not, like, it's not like a, specific, character. But if you go into voice mode and put it on unhinged, oh my lord. We've done many things where we've sat there and listened to it. But the issue is, like I said, one of the biggest negatives to me with Grok is it tries to summarize way too much. Even when you tell it to keep it short or you put it in the concise like stuff, it will constantly run its fucking mouth. And so to get like... So let's say this. I ask it how to I ask it how to build a, let's say,
You've become so
Um,
slow. You're literally
a mobile game. All right, just as an example. So it'll tell you how to build a mobile game. Now you ask it a couple other follow-up questions, and then you get into it, and then it comes back after that, and it's always saying, so do you need help? You know, let's see how the, you know, and it'll say something like, and this is how it goes in and funnels in, and it keeps trying to funnel back into the making the mobile game, even though you're trying to move away from that a little bit because that was just your initial thing to prime it, but then it comes back around. Value banner is a scam. I pulled almost 150 tickets and didn't get a single 3-star character. Should I summon the normal banner? New player here. Okay, so let me understand this correctly. I think I got what you're saying. And if so, that's a little weird. Okay, so recruit. So you're telling me you came in here to this banner and you pulled 150 tickets, so 15 multis, or almost 15 multis in this, and you didn't get a single 3-star. You shouldn't be pulling for this unit here. Not going super deep. This banner is the banner you should be worried about. It's collecting characters from here as a brand new player. This is where the value for new players is being able to come in here and select these units, so whenever you get it, you can jump over to another character and collect, you know, like actually target characters you need to start with. We kind of go over that a few in the reroll stuff, and then later on kind of like some who to summon for stuff. Like, actually, I mean, just all 3 of these here are worth summoning as new player. But the reason why we say you really shouldn't spend too many trying to get her off of this banner is because she will come here to this banner after she's, once she comes off banner, she'll eventually show up in this custom recruit. So this is where you want to invest it so that you're always focusing units you need/want. Now, yes, it'll be some time before she would show up here. It's about 3 months, but this unit isn't anything spectacular overall. Cool design, but nothing you need to worry about right at the moment. Who should I 6-star after Demi Luna and Max Ava? You shouldn't worry about 6 stars at all. And that pisses off a lot of people, but it's the truth. 6 stars are only for whales. Being 100% real. No unit you should actually care about getting 6 stars. You should be worried more about 4 stars as a free-to-play light spender player, and I'll explain why in a very short version, because I know people are tired of hearing this because this is one of the most commonly asked questions we get. Reason being is you need to look at a couple different types of units. You have normal units that are just in the game. These are not premiums. These are what goes into your game normally. 6-starring anything in here is not really going to bring you a ton of value overall. Yeah, these stats can be useful and helpful, beneficial. Burst 3 is not worth the time investment unless you're doing it long and slow over the game. Because most of the normal units, like specifically, let's say, Cannon, you can farm up through Doppelganger. Very easy to get a hold of dupes. The shards needed to level something up. Alright, then you have a unit like Demiurges, which are the premium units. Transcend, this now starts to sound better. You know, okay, so we got some better stats. We're getting this. We got a burst 3 here. And then down here it says, creates an ally, you know, a banner, barrier at the start of the battle proportional to the target's health. So, like, this sounds starting to sound good. Well, I know a lot of y'all got over here and you saw this shit, and you got a rock-hard boner thinking this is what you need. You want to get that 100% damage on the to get the 30 pen and the 100% extra damage on Heralding Dawn's damage. Cool, this is great, but this is whale bait. None of this crap you actually need. The only reason my Luna is even 4 stars because I pulled 2-in-1 multi. And that's the only reason I've done it. I will not chase this unit as a free-to-play player. Then you have the true premium units like Gnosis Dahlia, which is a limited unit. And this, again, is where the extra stuff is. Yes, this unit can function completely as a 3-star unit. Yes, the tech is cool here. When Terminal Winter defeats an enemy, reduces the cooldown by 2 turns, which means it'll cycle every 2 turns if you can kill something. It'll add ally critical damage. The burst 3s are most likely never seen in quick early combat. This is going to be longer fights and or stacking a lot of action points. The 6-star always grants Hubris Dominion. When defeating an enemy, recovers 10% of the health. Yeah, the stats in here are cool, but you have to think that these are limited units. These are a lot harder to get a hold of. They're only run once or twice a year. And the tech is mostly to bait players that are spending into spending deeper to make these PvP units. PvP whales will do that. Normal players that are free to play do not need to be doing 6 stars at all. Even chasing a 5-star is dependent on how your luck went. Oh yeah, should I max them, then change the wish list, or just get 1 copy, then change? You get 1 copy and change for most every unit in the game because of this system under challenges right here. You can come in and you can select a unit and pick any of the normal bannered units. You can farm them up through this. So wasting your tickets to 5- and 6-star units is just flushing currency down the drain for no damn reason. Now, in the case of, let's see here. Actually, in your case, with summoning for, Velia here, the way this technically works is these tickets that you're using first do not count towards the pity. These are the non-pity tickets. These are the pity tickets. You have to burn all of these first to do that. So yes, technically coming here and spending 150 is technically a waste because you're not focusing who you're picking up. Yeah, she's the new unit. You're a whale. Then none of this fucking matters. Spend money. Go have fun. But don't do it stupidly. Don't go flush money down the drain in bad places. So if you're gonna whale, you need to know this. I already spent 1,000. I'm only 2 weeks in. Nice. And that totally makes sense for the 6 stars. So most advice doesn't apply to you because you're already going to do stupid shit when it comes to money. So we appreciate that, and that helps keeps the lights on. That being said, here's a heads up for you. You have 4 limited banners coming up in the next 60 days. And you'll probably be pulling at least one of every unit that's going to show up in the next 60 days. You've got the Tamamo banner that's currently up now. In about a week and a half, you'll have another banner where you'll be able to select 1 limited unit. You will need to make it count because you can only pick 1. So you'll need to look at like your Gnosis Nella, your Gnosis Dahlia, your Poolside Regina are probably the 3 that are going to not be rerun at any point in time quickly. They'll be rerun eventually, but not immediately, so you need to see who's going to give you the best value early on. Since you are a whale and you are spending, then PvP stars do matter for you as long as that's something you're pushing for. If you do not care about PvP, then don't spend to pull the 6 stars. It's not worth. Who is that? I'm getting the game right now. This is Tamamo-no-Mae, one of the current limited version, or the limited version of her. She's up for till the 4th of November, which I assume is where the limited banner will kick over. Will be on the 4th, which is not this coming Tuesday, but the following Tuesday. So try to save these tickets for this banner to collect units. That's a very important thing you want to do, because getting the roster is more advantageous to a player than having these units 6-star. Just as a heads up, these 3 units will never be rerun again. Unless we can get them making at least $2 million a year, or $2 million a month, these will never be rerun. They lost their ass on this. This is a limited unit that runs during the summer. This is a limited unit that just recently had a rerun. She's currently she's a normal banner. I just haven't pulled her. This is a limited unit that's about to have a rerun after the 2.5 anniversary, collab units, and then another limited unit right here. I have no Cisnelas. She is pretty good. Yes, she is pretty good. She has a unique kit. I'm debating between collecting one of these two, is most likely what I'm thinking about doing with mine. Somebody bought an account is what I'm thinking. Or they think that they have no, or either that they have normal Nella. It's either they bought an account that already had it, or because this hasn't been rerun since early summer. I don't know the exact date. I know it was before the service transfer, so 2 weeks in, you don't have this unit authentically through normal means. So if you bought an account, good luck. They do ban those quite often. She ended on the 23rd of September. Okay, so she literally was up right at the service transfer. So yeah, with her being up right at the service transfer, this you could not have it for 2 weeks. Started right before? Sure. I could totally bite. I can bite that if you started right before the service transfer. But if not, this was probably a bot account to have this. So yeah. Pulling units here is fun. It's a good collector thing. They all work at 3 stars. The game's balanced around 3 stars. You don't have to have the 6-star. You don't have to have the 5-star. Some people in the official Discord will hard push it. Thanks, I got you. And which banner is worth using? Aether as a free-to-play? As a free-to-play, only limited units. Aether going into the premium banner is suicide. This is a terrible investment to go into the Demiurge recruitment for Aether. Unless you're like a multi away and it's going to get you the unit and you're ready to get it. Like for me, to spend 225 Aether, I have 2 options. Wait till tomorrow and I can get my mileage behind this. Like, I'm sitting 1 away from pity here, but I'm not going to spend it regardless. But I could, you know, if I was like 1 away and I was about to get it, sure, I'd spend the Aether to do that. If I was a multi away, I might consider doing that. But I would never spend, Aether to 6-star any of these. When it comes to getting limited units, as a free-to-play player, you have Tamamo-no-Mae is up right now. It 2 weeks, you'll have a limited banner where you'll have to pick, and it will be Aether only or the tickets to pull her. You have, following that, you're going to have Christmas Diane, which is a very good unit to get. So you're going to have Aether to get that, or the limited tickets. And then after that, we don't know how good or bad or what the new Christmas unit is going to be. But we have that new limited showing up at the end, or the end of December. And then it should calm down for just a little bit. And then they'll jump into the new limiteds after that. Or reruns and stuff of that nature. So, 4 limiteds in the next 90 days. I hope you're ready. Actually, hold on. Hey Siri, how many days till January 1st? Hey Siri. Hey Siri. How many days till January 1st?
It's 67 days until then.
Oh, shit. You only have 67 days left till the end of the year. So, yeah, in the next 60 days, you've got 4 limited banners. Good luck. You only get 10,000 Aether a month. So, anniversary, 2.5 anniversary is going to start on November 4th. And then 6 months later will be the year anniversary, or the 3rd year anniversary of Outerplane. I did one 200 pull, or once did 200 pulls on Gnosis Beth banner, only to get 1 copy, 1 from the mileage. That's not free to play. No. I have a very similar story for mine, which is this unit right here. It's this, which is, for me, when this originally released, she had a currency event where you had to play every day, earn the currency, every so many days you got a multi. At the end of the event, the final day, of her banner, I did not pull the unit. I then had to spend money to get there, and then I went all the way, up to the second or last to second to last multi. I pulled her, and then I pitied her. And so that's why I did that. Show him the Gnosis Beth pulls. Okay. Will Outerplane be bankrupt? You've asked me this like 3 times.
I have become an icon, and the world spins with my permission. What should I change first? This power is intoxicating.
You've asked me this like 3 times. I'm not gonna lie. That's Zeph's poll. So you got 1, 2, 3 versions. Because I'm worried, bro. Okay. Alright, we'll have this talk one more time. And then nobody needs to ask this again. Or at least you don't need to ask this again. Alright? Let me be real with you. Okay? I'm going to be 100% real with you. Alright? So, we're not doomsdaying. We're just being real. And we're going to talk about this from a business aspect. Alright, everybody? We good? This is not doomsdaying. This is real, just honest talk. Alright. Here's what you need to know as a player. This was November last year at their anniversary, okay? This was their 2nd anniversary in here. This was the collab. Okay? This was the Danmachi collab on March 2025. It brought in some players, but it made piss for money because they didn't market this well. Where you need to start understanding this from as a business is the final 3 months right here. We're not going to count September. September does not count when we talk about this. Because Smilegate shut off payment processing so they could no longer... So the money would clear up and clear the banks because they were service transferring, alright? But what you need to look at here is June, July, and August. Alright? Under Smilegate's control, they got down into EOS range. Alright? My rough calculations when doing this on a generous level doesn't mean that this is exactly true or not. The company is roughly spending about $250,000 a month to function as a company. Now, this is with backup contingencies, a well-marketing plan, people getting paid very fairly, not necessarily completely rated for Korean-based markets. I based it more on American, but it's also to get a rough capture of what's going on. If they are making around spending $250,000 a month, they stayed positive up until June when they started going red. Alright? Now, you can cut down on this a little bit. But, here's what you need to know. Major 9 has picked up the game, which now that means it's under a new publisher, which is good to know. Now, here's what is great about where we're going with this. With the October numbers about to be out, you're going to see you should see a drastic improvement. Are we going to get back to here? I'm not sure. We will find out soon. But here's the cool thing. The devs are actually trying. They are very hands-on in talking to the community directly. They're trying to do everything they can. They are spending a better marketing thing. They are actually marketing the game. I have now seen marketing stuff, advertisements for this game around. So they are trying to get the word out there. Are they focusing in the right or wrong markets? I can't tell. What I can tell you is they need to step up what they're doing. It's not enough if this is what they were banking on. If this was the slingshot into where they wanted to go, this isn't enough. You need to look at games that are actually successful, and then you'll see some stuff. We're going to go pick on the redheaded stepchild of Smilegate, which is Epic 7. Look at this. This is what more they should have been seeing if it was marketed properly. Now, I can tell you, as a former Epic 7 player, they have lost $2 million in just a little over a year in actual profits. So, here's the cool thing. They can lose $2 million and still be completely okay. They still have an active player base coming in and checking it out, but they're not as successful as they were. The game is 7 years old. Now, how is this going to affect them with Chaos Zero Nightmare being out? We don't know. The numbers probably will drop a little bit because some players are going to go there and start spending over this. However, this is what, you should look at. If you were properly marketing the game, Smilegate should have been looking at a game roughly like this. However, some of the monetization models they picked for Outerplane don't generate income like this. There's not a deep PvP scene, so you're not going to get the deep spending whales other than out of stupidity 6-starring units for the arena top playing stuff. It's not worth it. No free-to-play player, no light spending player needs to spend to have a 6-star unit in the game. Is that a bad business model? No. Is that where that money's coming from? No. The money from here is coming through a lot of different sources in Epic 7. So when you look at it compared to that versus something like taking it into just the Chinese market, you can see Love and Deep Space is making a absolute killing. So, but this is pushing it into the right markets. Not saying every game's gonna have that number, but if you market their game properly, you get it out there to the right people, the potential is there to make some astronomical amounts of money. Now, this is definitely laying into the Chinese female market, which has been a great boost to the economy of that game. So, marketing it to the right people, but then you go take this slop that people play, and they can bump out to almost 100 million months. But they also have very lows. This is very bipolar because of the content and the character. Consistent downloads means that it's there, but this also tells you to be downloading 1.5 a month and they're only making 23 million, they're not converting a lot of new spending players. They're getting a lot of people to come in and see the game, but they're not converting new spending money because it's pretty averaged out. These are all events and bigger things in the game when you look at that. So when you look at Outerplane here, you saw that they had an influx at the collab, but they made worse money than they did their anniversary. Why? You have May, which is typically the start of summer units. That's the last time they made. Now here's the big one. July would have been a summer rerun unit. 51,000 people came to check out the game, but they made absolutely no money. But let's look at that number again. 60,000 people at the end of November came to check out the game, but they actually made $800,000. That's the actual link. So, what you need to understand is, are they going bankrupt? No, not yet. We do not know the terms and conditions, and I'm not going to dig into asking them their revenue data. I will not do that. As a business owner, I can look at it and I can tell you they have probably got an agreement with VA Games. It has an agreement with Major 9. Major 9 is probably backing them for an X period of time, meaning they'll give them a line of credit that is going to let them go for either the first 90 days, the first 6 months, the first year, whatever their terms are. They may have done that. They may have just said, we will publish the game, but we want this return on investment. Depends on what's going on. Here is the good news. This is Major 9 Games' first published game. They were a developer, but now they're in a publishing standpoint. You don't want your first game to flop, especially taking it under control. But there's a lot of damage done that Smilegate let loose here. This is a great IP that was poorly managed by Smilegate. They could have easily have made it successful if they chose to, but I think they focused their priorities on Chaos Nightmare Zero, or Chaos Zero Nightmare, whatever it is. I think what you will need to see is the December numbers. Here's what I will say. If they have no growth after December, you need to be worried. Because that means there is nothing that they could do to bring the community in. You gave away a free Demiurge unit at the service transfer. You gave away 12,000 Aether, which is 3/4 of a pity. You gave away 1,000 summoning tickets to generate new players instantaneously. You gave away a lot of stuff in game, as far as costumes and things like that they're doing right now to get in there. You've released Summer Ember, a limited unit. You've got Tamamo-no-Mae's rerun limited unit. You have the custom banner that's going to be the limited selection banner that's about to drop in November for the anniversary. You have a free Demiurge Stella costume coming out with that, so keep that in mind. Then you have Holiday Diane showing up at late November, early December. Then you have in December the limited unit coming out as well. Plus you have Gnosis Velia coming out at anniversary as well. If this tracks downward each specific month, the game's gone. In terms of viewership, in terms of retention, in terms of what's happening. But if we can keep converting new players to slightly spending and bringing up some of these free-to-play players to spending players, there's a better chance. But the more free-to-plays that come in that do not spend, do not help this game's case. Yes, you get the viewership and you can get it, but they can also help too, which is what they don't realize. They can promote the game as well. A free-to-play player who has a YouTube channel is much more help than them spending $50 a month. Because if you can convert those free-to-play players to be advertisers, that now gets it in front of more people. All you need is one person to come in and start spending off of that one person to help snowball this effect. They're not relying on their community or pushing their community, because I guarantee you right now there aren't many people streaming this game. YouTube almost never has anybody. Twitch almost never has anybody. There's only a handful of content creators actually making videos, and that's not enough. You need multiple people doing that. Free-to-play players, I will always say they are a parasite to games, and it's the truth. But you cannot be a parasite. You can still be free to play and not be a parasite. If you can promote the game in one way or the other by telling your friends about it, you're not a parasite. If you come in and you never do anything for the game, there is a way to be helpful to the community. Promote it, talk to people, engage, get out there. There is more to be had at going out and talking about this stuff. Because spending players are needed. That's the only way you're going to keep the lights on. Their business model is going to be rapidly changing, and they've admitted it and they've talked about it. There will be a lot of business model changes, so this may get more expensive and more valuable to get more revenue generated. So the monetization model has to drastically kick off differently if you want to keep this game alive. The player base has to give this game a chance and realize that Smilegate is long gone. The practices and habits you saw from Smilegate are no longer being applied. But that means you have to give it a chance again. So, looking at this from a business perspective, is the game failing? It's in the warning zone. Is it able to be turned around? 100%. It can 100% turn around. If you can get growth, and at least show growth over an entire quarter, it means that it's possible to grow. But if the numbers consistently decline again, you can't grow. It will EOS. It's the ultimate reality that comes to any gacha game. Doesn't matter who it is, how successful they are. If you cannot produce the product and get it out there to the community, you have issues. They also have some issues because right now is release. So they're fighting against several released new IPs. Chaos Zero Nightmare. You have Stella, whatever that was. Even though they're flops, it's still things. You had Blue Protocol drop. You had, you've got, Duet Night Abyss dropping. Anytime a new major game updates, if the game has a big update, that's pulling away from your player base. Poor timing? They should have done this a few months ago. Yeah, but it's when it happened. Are they making an effort? Absolutely. I will 100% tell you, I have never seen devs do what this group has been doing. He's personally been in here. He's given away 15,000 Aether already to the community. 5 people walked away with 3,000 Aether. They respond to you directly on Reddit, which is a big deal. And they, not just short bullshit answers, real answers. Is it possible for them to be successful? Absolutely. Now, the difference in successful is, are they going to be collab successful again? I don't know. It determines how the next 3 months go. If the months continually see new spending, there's a chance. But if not, they're going to have to create 3 characters in the game that roughly do what these 3 do, because these will never show up in the game again. They lost their ass on this. So that's an unfortunate thing. You will never see the collab or any collab be rerun. Collabs won't help them at this point if they're that red. None of us do. None of us, and that's the whole reason why we created the Ultimate Beginner's Handbook, was to give this a shot, to make sure that we can help the players learn the game as best as possible. You know, spend what you can. We're not asking you to go out and spend fortunes. We're not asking you to do stuff stupidly. We're saying if you're a spending player or are considered to potentially be a spending player, it will take those people to make this game. The hashtag free-to-play for life people are not helping. Unless they go out and they make their videos. Go out, make your videos. Go out, tell your friends about it. Then you're helping. Then yeah, you've earned your rent here. Definitely, because I've always felt I got into Epic 7 too late to really even compete or play this game. I was like, cool, nice. I also noticed that E7 similarities are dying out quickly. Yes. Things are definitely moving towards the RPG Genshin Impact stuff. Is where the market's currently moving in terms of this. But that shift, you have to realize, you're riding a wave that started about 5 years ago. So that market has been shifting in terms of development. And as they start seeing the market is flooded and they're not making the money that those games were making, they're going to probably start coming back to business models like how this was designed, like how Epic 7 was designed. It will stop being the 3D world RPG MMO type thing. As soon as that market starts getting too saturated, people will start coming back to making games like this, where it is a more unique setup. So is that the answer? And that's one of my downsides when we talked about Chaos, was it is the fucking Genshin Impact shit. It's that same pity system, and people do not like it. You cannot defend it. Most people will tell you they hate the 50-50 gacha system. They want it to be guaranteed or not at all. So trying to hybrid bake that into stuff like this is gonna bite them in the butt, because long term it'll make them money, but people will tire out on losing the 50-50, losing the 50-50. It's one of the reasons why, for me, with Weathering Waves, the one where I gave that game a shot, I only play it if I can guarantee it. But once I guarantee my next unit, that game becomes a lot less appealing because 90% of the currency's gone. It will take me forever to save that up, to do that in Weathering Waves. And that's the issue, is once that currency dries out in the first half, it either you become a spending player or you quit the game. And that's something that I think a lot of people don't realize too. You know something's wrong when a content creator for the game's thumbnail says, I lost $500 on a 50-50. That's also clickbait too. Not gonna lie. Part of that is also clickbait, to get people to go look at their video. But also it depends on the content creator, because if they get the views, they can afford to blow $500 on a pity. At the prime, I will go ahead and let y'all know, at my absolute prime in Epic 7, I made $300 in 1 month off my videos, and I didn't get a shit ton of views. And that's the unfortunate thing, is at the prime, I could definitely afford to do stupid shit like that for a video. But making $50 cents a dollar a video, no, you would never see that kind of stuff. At least here from me. Not on $1 or $2 a video. Not happening. It would have to be far, far, far greater than that. Now, I think the best video I think ever made was like $40, $50 on that one video. I also like that the pity doesn't reset when you pull the unit. Getting the limited Fox Girl at 130 at 50 and being able to do 2 multis to get the dupe was even nice, even if dupes don't matter much. Exactly. That right there is what makes it better. The part that sucks is the pity, limited pities do not carry over. So you have to blow it right there on the spot. You either get it or you don't. But when you are chasing like this, if you pull a unit out of this, the pity continues on. If you're using anything pity currency-wise. This carries on. The pity does not, you know, the pity, 90% of the stuff here, the pity wouldn't matter. The pity would carry over to the next unit. I mean, this mileage is from 8 eons ago. I have not done anything to earn pity here since a long time ago. So at some point we'll end up getting to the currency on that, but yeah, give it it's the people need to give it an honest try. And we're trying to educate the players to make sure they don't do stupid decisions that will hurt the account long term, so that they do end up staying and playing and having a healthy, long Outerplane life here. Alright. So, are they going bankrupt? They're on the way to it. They are on their way to it. Took you 2 years? Yep. That it did. That it did. Wait, did I not actually do that? Hold up. Okay, yeah, no, it's done. Alright, so I'm just waiting for that to expire. Cool, that'll be done later. Alright, so... Did I check the shop out? I don't think I did. I think I've been so busy that I hadn't actually checked the shop. Alright, buy that.
Great! Let's keep on going like this!
Buy that.
This is great! Let's keep on going like this!
That would take me to VIP 9. Screw it.
This is going to make me
Alright, so now we're VVIP. We've only got one more to go, and then we don't have to worry about leveling our shop. Then we can truly go to just buying good deals only. So yeah, as soon as we get VVIP, we're done. We don't have to do this anymore. So probably another week, and she's done. So good, like Stella was god tier, or they changed that. So being real, I don't like tier lists at all. I don't like tier lists at all, and I don't back the Outerpedia tier list at all either. I don't like their method for judging units. Most of the units here are completely usable. I'm not even gonna lie. If you go in and you read a mechanic for a boss, you can figure out what you need to do. Tells you what it can and can't be done to it. Okay, so if the main factors that you're relying on in that team are this, you can't use it there. Alright, what does it say here? Tells you kind of what you need to go through. So it's a lot of reading that people don't want to do, instead of just slapping together units and learning what their things do. When it comes to picking units, pretty much you can do whatever when it comes to general PvE. Yes, mechanics will determine what you play and how you play. As a great example here in Hard Tower, if you look, it says on this current floor right here, it says I can't use healers and I need at least 1 2-star, which means this floor is gonna suck ass because I can't use healers. So does this determine how all your content goes? No, it just determines how this one floor is going to be for me. So now this is where options matter. So by having options now allows me to go, okay, so what else do I need to do? Well, you'd have to come here and look at what is it immune to. It can't be poisoned, it can't be bled, it can't be taunted, you can't silence the thing, you can't petrify it, and you can't freeze it. But what can you do? You can stun this thing. Now, its resilience is 200, so you're going to need some pretty hefty effectiveness to cut through this thing. But you should be able to stun this with something that has a guaranteed stun, because it's not immune to it. Alright, so now I know stun attacks work. It can be defense broken. We can DPS race this thing if we want. It can be cursed if we want to curse it. But then we also need to realize it's a fire mage. Okay, so it's probably going to be debuffy. And then you got to look at this little shit. What is it doing? Increases attack of an ally. Has a 75% chance to inflict burn on the enemy target for 3 turns. So this definitely gives you the idea of where do you need to start looking. Tier lists are normally not done the right way, and it's a very much I feel, I think scenario versus a scientific fact. Me personally, like I said, I will not back the current only active tier list in the game. I will not tell y'all to or to not use it. Use it at your own discretion if that's what you want to do. I do not like the way they have done it. It definitely isn't as accurate as it should be when it comes to actual testing, and they do not want to do the testing that's required, nor is it kind of feasible to do that at this point. Because a lot of them are veteran players who have a lot of things leveled up further than the average player does. It's trying to be more free-to-play friendly, new player friendly, but it's still very biased towards a new player. So personally, I would not use it. Learn your units. That tells you what you can do. And 99% of the content here, you can probably come up with a combination if you have the right gear. That's the realistic answer. You can probably do this if you have the right gear. Bollocks. I'll end up needing to, like, race this at some points today. I'm not going to do it on stream. I don't really have the time to do Infinite Corridor right now. Gear is everything. Gear definitely matters a lot more than the unit does. It's skippable. Oh, I know it is. It's just the time to do it, though. Anyway, I need to make sure that I've done the energy, just in case I do get busy today. Want to make sure y'all have your energy. Yes, I've done it. Cool. We're 89,000. I need 200,000, and then we're done. We need to get this. All right, well, for me, that's it. I need to get going. I need to go get my day started. I've got a lot of shit to do today, especially before stream. So, if I'm going to stream again tonight. So, time to go get some shit done. Go get dinner after that. These next, like, 6-8 hours are going to fly by. So, thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out. Did not mean to doomsday y'all on it. It's not a doomsday scenario, but y'all do need the honest truth, and I'm not going to sit here and lie to you about it. If you don't support Outerplane, it won't be successful. That's where you're at. I'm very curious to see those numbers. We look forward to seeing them in about 2 weeks, and we'll get a good glimpse at the future of where they're going. If the numbers are not really much better than where they were, it's dead. That's the unfortunate factor. Unless they can grow it in November, will determine probably a lot more than we want to admit. So, y'all have a great rest of your day. Tonight, we'll be back. If we do end up getting to it, we'll do Vampire Survivors, go around, and it'll be pixel vomit everywhere. Can't wait. Had a blast last night playing it. So if anybody's got it and wants to play on PC, make sure you have the beta version available, and you can multiplayer the hell with us. We're cool. So, yeah, y'all enjoy the rest of your day. Take care, and I'll see y'all later, everybody.